Welcome back to my channel. This is Donnie and you're watching Diamond Painting by Donnie. I have a couple of post reviews for you today. My most recent finish is this eagle. This was the one that is already framed, and I purchased this one. Well, this was sent to me from a seller on Amazon called Onlyesh, O-N-L-Y-E-S-H. This was a $20 diamond painting. It came with the frame, and if you want to watch my unboxing and to see what it all comes with, I will link the unboxing right up here. I will also link it down below in the description box for you. Okay, this is a 30 by 40. It had, I forgot to write down how many colors it has, but let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. So 33 colors. This is what I have it kitted up in. 33 colors. It got to me in 2 days. The description of the painting did not say if it was round or square, and obviously it is round. So here you can see it is very sparkly. It's really hard for me to, you know, bend it, refract the light from it because it is already framed. But $20 is a great deal for a pre-framed diamond painting. So what I liked about it is the fact that it is already framed, obviously. It does have AB colors in it. Well, it has one AB color, which is the white that you see the lightning, and partly in the eagle's head, and a little bit down here in the tail. I think that's supposed to be the tail. You can see a little better. Maybe not. This is really hard to because like tripod wants to get in the way, but you can see, maybe you can see how those are AB gems, the white. But it is very sparkly. I did use a mesh ruler on this, so my rows are extremely straight, and that is how, that's what makes me happy, is being able to make perfectly straight rows. And yeah, so what else did I like about it? I like the image. It's a really great image, and my daughter has already claimed this. She almost took it today when she was here, and I told her, wait, let me do my post review on it first. Also, with using the mesh ruler, I didn't get a lot of extra sticky goop on it from my pen, because the ruler helps to separate that from when you're using it. It gets onto the ruler itself, so when you pull the ruler off, up comes the goop as well. So the things that I wasn't too thrilled about, the adhesive comes out beyond the sticking area, like most diamond paintings do. But with this being pre-framed, that isn't a good thing because of the fact that we can't cut it off. So I will use my handy dandy powder, which I normally, here it is. So I use this. I'll link, it's on my Amazon influencer page, but I'll link it down below for you as well. It's got a brush on the end, and it puts out just a tiny bit of powder, and that will deactivate the adhesive around the edge. I tried using an adhesive remover, eraser. That did not work on this, so I'm just going to use this to deactivate it so it doesn't gather hair and dust and whatnot while it's on the wall. Since this has already been pre-framed, you can't choose to put glass over it or acrylic unless, you know, you got creative, and I'm not creative, so it's going to stay on the wall. It will go on the wall like this, and anyway, I will finish doing that after this video. But that's what I need to do for this, is to deactivate the adhesive. Not too hard to do. Actually down here, I actually was able to rub some of the adhesive off, but I don't want to do that. That takes a lot more time than doing this. So, what else? They had some symbols on here that were really hard to read. The fives and S's. If I can find the photo, I will put it up right here. As you can see, the background colors on them are very similar. They were really hard to tell the difference between the two, and they were right next to each other, especially in like this area. It was like a pink color, so all the areas that have the pink color, they had both 5s and S's. So that was difficult to distinguish between the two. Also, the plus sign and the star asterisk were right next to each other. They were both blue backgrounds and also extremely hard to distinguish between the two in, you know, a first glance. So I would always have to look really, really close and concentrate. And because of the fact that this has a black backing, I could not use a light pad on it whatsoever. So I had to do a lot of, I had to move my light that I normally have behind me away. I couldn't have it shining directly on it. I could not see what the symbols were by doing that. So I would have to lift it up and kind of diamond paint like this. And sometimes I actually got my magnifier with a light, and I would have to go up really close with the super magnifying part just to see what the symbol was. Just because of the fact that, you know, no light pad, you're limited on what you can use to be able to see what the symbols are. There's a lot of confetti in this. I'm not a big confetti fan. So my favorite part was the last section, because it was basically just 2 colors. The last 2 colors were like purple and blue. And so that was the easiest part for me, because I like color blocked areas. The thing about the AB gems is they were not very, they didn't look like a normal AB gem. So that was something that it was really, felt really weird to me looking at them. And let me show you, pour them out here and show you what I mean. You might be able to see here how some of them look purple, some of them look white, but they're not consistent. They look almost like they came from different batches. I don't know if you can really see. Yeah, see, some look pink, right, like up in there. I know this is not a very good lighted area. And so they didn't really fit, as far as like in here you can see which ones are the AB gems, because they don't look the same next to the next. So yeah, the appearance of the AB gems were just, they were just strange to me. I mean, it looks okay, because unless you're really looking up close, you can't tell that the ABs have different colors to them. But it's just something I'm not used to seeing in ABs, because like, yeah, I can see, I don't know if you can see the head here on the eagle. Some of them are pink and some of them are blue. The heads of the AB gems. I don't think you're going to be able to see what I'm talking about. But if you're able to see that, you know, up close I can see it. And if this was not on a frame, I'd be able to show you better. But I mean, that's not a big deal. It turned out great. My daughter loves it. I had fun doing it for the most part, because I had broken it up into sections. It took me 14 different sessions to do it, based on the size of the mesh ruler, which is, you know, this wide. So this many rows. I think it's like 8. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, so I did 8. Sometimes I would do a 9th row here along the edge, but I got it done in a matter of, I think, a couple of weeks. Not too long. That's actually really good for me to get one done in 2 weeks. So the glue was really good. I mean, I could sit here and scrub it and the gems won't come off. I didn't have any problem with them falling off after I had them on. The glue was not slimy, and the result is just great. I mean, from the 3 feet distance rule, seeing it through the viewfinder, it looks really good. I mean, it looks very patriotic and something, if this was my type of image that I'd love to hang on my wall, I would hang it on my wall. But I know it'll go to a good home. My daughter loves this sort of thing, so she will be here later today, and I'll be able to give it to her to take home. And she's moving soon, so she'll be probably hanging on our new wall. As you can see on here, I just noticed this. This actually shows that the canvas size was 47 by 37. And we determined that it is 40 by 30 from corner top to bottom. And so I think it was 24 wide by 34 long. So not too bad. It's not a full 30 by 40, so that's probably one of the reasons why it didn't take me as long to finish. So yes, I would recommend getting this. It's a great deal, $20 for a pre-framed diamond painting, and it is framed nicely with the nice staples. So you can see that, and it's, they're all the way around, not just in a couple of spots. So it is nice and secure. And I mean, this is some type of cardboard. Well, not cardboard, but whatever. But it seems to be really good quality. The frame is wood. Let me show you. You can see how that is wood. It's lightweight. So I think this will stand the test of time. I think it will stand time. It will hold up, is what I'm saying. Over time, it will hold up. So there we go. That is number 1. The second one is also from Amazon. Well, she has an Amazon. Oh, wait. Let me show you how much I had left. The garbage in here wasn't too bad. Problem is I had left my garbage container open, and I had dropped the box, so all of the pieces of garbage fell inside the container here. I know I'm gonna spill it. Here, I'll be right back. Alright, so what we have here is the garbage. That is all. I did not have much at all. I mean, most of these just have extra pieces, tabs on them. Some are just little tiny pieces of, oh, there's a piece of rice. I don't think that's garbage. Just little pieces of extra resin or whatever these drills were made with. So there's hardly anything. I didn't have to worry about much of that. Plus, running out, I didn't come anywhere close to running out on anything. This is what all I had left. Everything had, there was still plenty left of every color. I mean, this is a color that was used very little, so it wasn't needed. I mean, the purple, I think I spilled these, so that's why there's so little left of these. But this was one of the main colors at the very end, plus this one right here, and there was plenty of those. So I'm guessing there was probably going to be about this much left in this one if I hadn't spilled them. But even with spilling them, I have plenty left. Even the AB color, there's still quite a bit left in there compared to the size of this diamond painting. So yeah, overall, this was just a good experience, not having to worry about running out or having a lot of garbage, and the drill sizes were pretty consistent. Once in a while, I would get one that was a little smaller, a little bigger, but you know, it was no big deal. I pulled it out, but like, as you can see, there wasn't very much of that at all. Alright, so I'm going to actually stop this clip, and I will come back to you on a new clip and show you the second post review that I have. Alright, here is my other post review. This one is called Sitch. It is 100% rhinestone, and it is from Staroar on Amazon. She does have her own website as well, so if Amazon is sold out of a particular design, you can always go find it on Staroar.com. I need to clean this still. I haven't done any of that. It's been sitting in the living room. When I was finished with it, I went straight to my next one. So it needs to be cleaned a bit. It's probably got stuff on it, but when I started this, I used the mesh ruler on this one all the way, except for on the edges, because the mesh ruler isn't as wide as this diamond painting is. There's hairs. So I had to like do the edges manually, which, you know, I didn't, no big deal. But it's still, for the most part, really straight. There we go. You can see the sparkle. Look at that. Very sparkly, because it is, like I said, all rhinestones. And these colors are just to die for. I mean, they are so pretty. I mean, I'm not an orange fan, but those oranges mixed with the print on the background, that really helps to bring out the color of the gems. These oranges just, they stand out really well, and you can tell what this image is. I mean, there is no doubt in anyone's mind what it is. You know, it's a stained glass stitch, and you've got butterflies up here, you've got palm trees. It looks like this is some mountains and a sunset in the background there. And then you've got the guitar down here, which I had a hard time with because it made it pretty confettied doing these areas. And then you've got that little scrump, I think his name is, yeah. And you know, I really enjoy Staroar's canvases. The ones she comes out with now have a cloth-like canvas. This is an older one. I started this diamond painting on April 28th, and I finished it May 20th. I am a little behind on showing it, but so it took 22 days, 3 weeks for me to do this one, which isn't, I mean, that's 5 days more than what it took me to do the previous one. I am noticing that it is starting to shred a little bit, but like I said, she's changed her canvases. She doesn't use this canvas anymore. One thing I did have an issue with while I was doing it is, and this is something I've noticed on all rhinestones, that they seem really dirty. I was having to change out my wax a lot, and I used multi-placers, so I did a lot of wax change outs, but I do use a white putty type poster tack. I will show it again. I don't know if I showed it in this video, but this is what I use for my diamond paintings. I have it on my Amazon influencer page, which is linked down below, as well as all the diamond paintings that I have purchased on Amazon. So this one and the eagle are both on that list as well. And if you purchase through my links, it doesn't cost you anything more. It does help support my channel monetarily, just a small bit. And so that was my only, my biggest and probably only complaint was how dirty the drills are. And I have that issue with any rhinestone diamond painting that I do. I don't know if it's the factories or if it's the process for making rhinestones that makes them get more dirt on them or something, but the exchange of what you get for a rhinestone diamond painting is worth it. Switching out the wax often. This is a 12-inch by 17.5-inch. That was before she changed it to centimeters, so that's about a 30 by 45, I believe. And so this is actually a little bigger than my normal size that I'm comfortable with, and the other one is a little bit smaller. So I do think that I got this done in record time for how fast I actually do them. 22 days, 3 weeks, that is pretty good because I only have maybe an hour a night to diamond paint, and sometimes I don't get that chance to diamond paint at night, especially if I'm doing a live that day. But just so you can see some of the sparkle, and I have a lot of lights on in here, so sometimes it's harder to see when there's too much light. But look at that. This is going to go up on Stephanie's wall. I told her this is for her because she likes Stitch, and the eagle has gone out the door already. My other daughter was here and took it home since I finished showing it to you in the video. And if you look on my Instagram, which is linked down below as well, I have a little time lapse of each section that I did. I took a picture after each one was done, and so it kind of time lapses the completion of it from beginning to end. But anyway, back to Stitch. This had 28 colors, and I used this container for my drills, and I loved using this. I cannot say that I loved using the other ones from my first post review in this video. I did not really care for those. I loved using these. It actually, I could keep my my portable key if I needed it, which I don't because I put everything on the caps here. I did not run out of anything. 310, no, it was 9, okay, it was the rhinestone version of black is 093, and this is how much I had left, which is a lot. That's like almost 6 bags, so over 1,000 drills left of the rhinestone black, and it originally had 2 and about 2.5 containers full. For this, well, almost 3 containers full, and okay, it did not use nearly all of what was required, what was available. And let's see. So,
hey guys, and me, Diamond Painting Tesslynn.
Diamond Painting Tesslynn. You know, some of them did get down pretty far.
And tomorrow is Jason's birthday.
Yep. Some of them did get down to the wire. One of them I did spill, which was this one, and so that has the least left over. Can't really see, but yeah, there was very few left. But amazingly, I didn't run out because I spilled these in my recliner, so they went down, down, down the hole. But yeah, I mean, I was just amazed at how much black I still had left over. But I love these containers. But there's just a little bits left of each color. You know, she did a good job estimating how much to include. Oh gosh, that is really hard to see what I'm showing you. So yeah, they all have, you know, probably this amount or maybe a little bit more in them on each color. So, you know, I was a little worried. Let's see, yeah, that has quite a few. A little worried I was going to run out, but I didn't at all. No worry about that. And, oh, I have the lid to this somewhere. There it is. This was my garbage. So there was a little bit more garbage in this one than there was in the last, but this was a little bigger too. And rhinestones, you kind of got to be a little bit more particular with what, Tesslynn, I'm trying to finish this. A little bit more particular with what you are accepting to put on the canvas. Okay, Tesslynn. because a lot of the time when there is no color, that is one of my biggest issue, my biggest thing that I will pull out, is if there's no color, if there's no silver paint on the bottom of the rhinestone. When I have my light pad on, it will, you can tell because it just shines through. When it shines through, the color is completely different. It's like translucent. You can see through it. It doesn't have a solid color. So those I always pick off. But you know, I don't know if you really want to see garbage. That's not something I'm not sure about. There were this one type right here that kind of looks like it's got a silvery design on it. It's part of the drill, I'm sure, but those, I don't like the looks of those either. So I will pick those out because what they look like is like it's just the silver backing and there's no color to it. And I will pick those off too. And I sometimes, if there's a lot of them, I just have to deal with it because I don't want to run out. But mostly that's what this was missing paint on the bottom. Or sometimes you'll get the paint, the silver paint will be on the top and the color will be on the bottom. I have a couple of those. So that's about it. Not a lot. I mean, this honestly isn't a lot of garbage for this size of a painting, but it looks pretty colorful. I'm not keeping my garbage. I was at one point, but I'm not going to keep garbage anymore. That's just, yeah, something I don't need to keep. I got to start letting go of things that aren't necessary. But that's it. I really loved this diamond painting. I enjoyed working on it from the beginning to the end, and seeing it come to life. I also have the little time-lapse thing on Instagram on this one. I posted it a while ago. I should have done this post review sooner, but I didn't get around to it. See, I actually see one right here that has the paint on the wrong side, but I'm not going to mess with it. It's going to be what it is. So into the garbage these go. And we're ready to do another one. I am actually now working on a diamond painting that I started quite a while ago. I want to get it finished so I can get it off my shelf and make room for the next adventure. So guys, I hope you enjoyed seeing these two pieces of work. I actually do have a couple more that I have finished that I have not done post reviews on, and I'll get to them eventually. I've just got to learn to not pressure myself and not rush and not feel like I have to get things done super quick. It's whenever I get it done. So I'll leave you with this beautiful shiny diamond painting and hope that you guys have a great weekend. I don't know if this video will go up tonight or tomorrow. Today is Friday, so tomorrow's my day off and I'm gonna take it. I will talk to you guys in my next video. Have fun diamond painting, and don't forget to always sparkle wherever you go and whatever you do. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.